Okay, welcome to another Vintage League here. Today we're playing Birds with the Wan Shi Tong, the new avatar card. That's pretty good and seeing a good amount of play in Vintage, but it's also a bird, so it's a pretty nice upgrade for our Chocobo Birds deck here. Now, we've played Traveling Chocobo a few times on the channel, and it's always been quite strong. I really like this card. It's card advantage that gets around, Orcish Bowmasters, Hull Breacher, Scrawly Crawly, all that stuff. Because we're not drawing cards, we're just playing cards from the top of our library, and the bird trigger entering for a lot of our stuff does get hit by those cards I just mentioned. Something to think about. We're playing removal and stuff to try and, mitigate that. I do think this is quite a strong card. It's done well on this channel. Before you want to check out the other Chocobo videos, look for things like Chocobo or birds in the title, since the Final Fantasy set came out on, and you'll see them. We got quite a few birds in the deck here. We've got Mockingbird, that's a key one. This one can come in as a copy of Orcish Bowmaster and kill the Orcish Bowmaster with the ETB trigger. Then you've got a flying Orcish Bowmaster, which is quite nice. It does fun stuff with Traveling Chocobo since it comes in as a bird, so you get the double trigger from the last line of the Traveling Chocobo text there, and you can play at the top of your library with the Traveling Chocobo. So birds and lands, you can play at the top of your library, and then you get double triggers from them. Mockingbird's a bird. You can also just copy like White Plume Adventurer, Psychic Frog, Lurrus, all that jazz, or any of our own stuff here that we'll get to in a minute. Probably Mockingbird and Wan Shi Tong are probably, I think, the strongest birds to play with the Traveling Chocobo. We do have a couple others, though. Kishla Skimmer has top 8 of the Vintage Eternal Weekend pedigree here in the hands of Max Darshan, which draws you cards when things leave your graveyard, which is a nice little interaction with Deathrite Shaman here. We don't have Lurrus, so this isn't quite as good, but we've got Deathrite Shaman to exile cards from a graveyard, and we've got Psychic Frog, which can exile cards from the graveyard. Both of these trigger the Kishla Skimmer, so I think one's worth it, but it's also like it's just a 2/2 flyer for 2, so like it's got reasonable combat stats as well. So I think it's okay, but just one. It's not it's not as broken in this deck as it is in the Deathrite Shaman Lurrus. We've got 2 Baleful Strix, so this one just coming in. You can play this in the top of your library with Traveling Chocobo. It comes in, it draws 2 cards, which is quite nice. It's good at blocking large patchwork automatons. It's good at blocking, stuff from the mono white initiative deck. Obviously, Dungeoneer is an exception, but anything except Dungeoneer it can block quite nicely. It blocks stuff from the mono black scam deck that's been doing quite well nicely. It has an Orcish Bowmaster's weakness, so we're only playing 2. That is the reason why. But against non-Orcish Bowmaster decks that are playing creatures, it's quite strong. And of course, if it's just the Force of Will. And like I said, we're aware that orcs are an issue for us. We've got 3 Mockingbirds. We've got 3 Fatal Pushes. We've got Oko. We got other removal in the sideboard. Honestly, it might not be enough. There's probably a case here to play some more, like a couple orcs ourselves as like just additional hedge, but that's what we're going with today. Our last bird's Sazh Chocobo, just a one of. So this is, until you get a land down, a little soft to orcs. But this can grow very quickly. If Fetch Land gives this 2+1/+1 counters, it's nice on curve. I think it's the strongest 1-mana bird, which is important. You can play this, you get the double triggers from it with the Chocobo, which is very cool. Chocobo and Sazh Chocobo in play is like a nice little combo where you get to play the lands off the top, you get the double triggers. Very nice. But I think one's right, just, it's you can do a lot of cool things when you have one. When you have multiples, it gets a little maybe not as good. You could play Fastbond in the spot. I played one Fastbond in the spot. It does a similar thing where it's really good with the Chocobo and not quite as good otherwise. But I think we're gonna go with the Sazh Chocobo today. Rest of the deck, I think, is just good cards. Like we've got 4 Force of Will, obviously, 2 Mindbreak Trap to hedge against some of the faster starting decks here. We've got a pretty strong mid-range game plan here. We have a lot of ways of getting card advantage. You know, Psychic Frog, Traveling Chocobo, Wan Shi Tong, Baleful Strix, Kishla Skimmer. Tons of card advantage. But we need to actually survive to the mid-game, so we got Mindbreak Traps. Remember to like, subscribe, all that jazz, by the way. That's all very much appreciated. Throw a comment down below at some point with an idea for the deck or any thoughts you have or something. Really like here reading all those comments. It's always very fun to get some engagement. Curious what people are thinking. One Leovold, pretty much a staple in bug decks. Having one of these is quite nice, but it's legendary. One Oko main deck, one in the sideboard, mostly for the Lurrus controlling matchups to try and go a little bigger than them. 3 Psychic Frog, we are playing blue-black after all, and this is a very good card, and it does nice things with the Kishla Skimmer. One Once Upon a Time to kind of, I like this as sort of like a pseudo 19th land. I can also just grab a creature. 2 Collector Ouphes, and then a Null Rod in the sideboard. For the artifact decks, Demonic Tutor, obviously, Time Walk, Misstep, Recall, of course, of course. These are just Fatal Pushes. This is the Final Fantasy Art Fatal Push. It's a fun one, but yeah, we need to be able to kill things like opposing Orcs, opposing Psychic Frogs, opposing Lurruses, opposing Scrawly Crawlies, and Archon of Emirs, you know, blah blah blah. On-color Mox and Lotus, Wasteland, Strip Mine. We're only playing 3. We would need our colors here, but like Wasteland's still broken in the format, and then just bug lands. You could swap out one of the underground seas here for a Scryland. I think that's reasonable. Don't think I have one at the moment, but you could do that. Scrylands are good, especially in this kind of deck that's playing a longer game plan here. Or you could not. I mean, there's a case not to. It does have a real downside. Let's see. That's it. Sideboard, Graveyard Hate, Graveyard and Oath Hate. Got 2 Force Negations and Flusterstorms to bring in against some of the combo decks. Another fourth Fatal Push and an Assassin's Trophy and an Oko for some of the creature decks. 2 Mai's also for some of the combo decks. This card's a house. Played a few different decks with this in it now, and they've a lot of them have been quite good. It's got a weird situation in Vintage where the card's excellent, but like it's so good at dealing with the best cards in the format that you can't really play it with the best cards in the format, like, you know, Paradoxical Outcome, the One Ring, those kind of, you know, decks that focus around those cards that are at the top of the format don't want this card. So, like, the Scam deck got a huge upgrade from Mai. Playing 3 or 4 Mai's in the Scam deck is huge, but, like, a lot of other decks can't play it because they're playing the best cards, right? And even us, like, we've got quite a few non-creature spells in here, right? So I'm putting them in the sideboard, but against a lot of decks that have more non-creature spells than us, we'll bring them in. Yeah, that's about it, and I'll see you in round 1. Okay, here we go. They don't have Lurrus. We're on the draw. We got good mana, Wasteland, and a trap, so I think we keep it. We get a redraw off the Strix. So if we're against like mono white initiative, it's a reasonable hand. They go, you know, Mox creature, and then we get a Strix down. Bizarre. This could be bad. We have a Wasteland. We like to draw a Deathrite Shaman. Oh, it's this one. All right. 1 spell. 2 spell. And trap that one. They have 3 hollow ones. Okay. That's not fair. All right. One another Strix, I guess. Black. Blue. Let's give them an opportunity to trap that. They could just have a Mindbreak Trap and we just get destroyed here, but we can't just let them dome us for 9. Alright, we need another Baleful Strix. Or like Ancestral Recall. I'll take those cards. The third hollow one was brutal. Alright, there's a few cards here that could be good. Chocobo. Alright, well, it can block the lizard. Oh, we don't have a Scryland in here. We should have a Scryland. That was a mistake. Alright, let's see what they do here, because in theory, we can block the hollow one now. But they got a bunch of draws here, which is not great for us. Alright. Player Wan Shi Tong now. They got a Force of Will. They got a Force of Will. We know one card is a Squee. We got 4 other cards. They want to force that, they can. Alright. Something. That's not ideal. Oh, we got Vigilance. Could have swung with both then. That was dumb. I forgot this had vigilance. Yeah, I should have swung there for sure. They just need a bazaar, so we don't have infinite time here. Okay. If we play the Mockingbird, we don't have double force. I don't love that. So I think we just pass here. All right. That was a crazy game. We got lucky there, but I'll take it. Assassin's Trophy can blow up the bazaar itself. Leylines are fine. The cages only hit the cage isn't that great. Because it only hits the like Soul Guide's a lot better because they'll get to do all their stuff normally. But it does hit the Vengevines. These don't blow up Vengevines, annoyingly. Collector Ouphes are completely useless. Let's take out the stuff that's completely useless. They don't search, which isn't ideal for us. Oh, we want the Flusterstorm. That can protect our Leyline if we get one down. Let's try that. I think it is a keep off the back of Strip Mine Deathrite Shaman, but it's not amazing. We need some help here. And they got a blistering hand. We don't have Leyline, so. Alright. Double hollow one. Chalice, sure. Hollow one, yep. I think we do just strip first. Yep. Could use a Baleful Strix. Or a Moxen. Actually, no, Moxen would be terrible. Yeah, no Moxen. try and get some mana here. Stop. Okay. Strix. Mockingbird. And green blue. Get Trop. Play a Chocobo. They're considering forcing the Chocobo. They're forcing the Chocobo. Interesting. I think we're just playing this for 1. This is just life gain. This was just 1 mana gain for life. What are our colors here? Black, black, green we want? Green, green. Ooh, that's a good one. That is a good one. This revealed, you may look. All right, so they got the swing. They got, what did they draw? Yuri. Okay. That's not good for us. But it's better that they did it now. What do they exile? Cast Fury by exiling a red card. They exiled their squee. Okay. Black. No. We're going to keep open the Trop because there's a possibility. Green. No. A possibility. Black. We draw a land here. And then we can play the Skimmer. Yep. That's good. Green. They got another Fury. This is bad for us, but they don't have another Fury. This is good for us, so. And they can always draw a Bazaar, which is bad for us. Wasteland, sure. Okay. Not really what we want to see. That does let us try and counter a some stuff. They're looking for Noxious, Revival, and Bizarre. Those are the two cards they're trying to find. That one is one they want. Yep, now we're in trouble. Now we're in trouble. Trying to dig to Wasteland here. Nope, not what we want. Blue, blue. I think we just create a food token here. They've got the Vengevine in the yard, which is quite scary. Yep. So any sort of combination of two creatures does let them get a Vengevine back. Feel like we don't have enough ways. We probably should have the should probably have more than just the 4 Deathrite Shamans. Well, if they've got a Pyrokinesis, then they got us, I guess. They don't. They just trying to clear the way of blockers here. Put it on top of its owner's library, sure. They got a hollow one on top. I'm not sure that really helps them. I guess they'll draw a hollow one. Actually, they will because they'll get the yeah. They'll discard to go up to 2 cards. They'll draw 2, discard 3. Play the hollow one for 1. We'll counter it. We can chump with the food token. We can force the hollow one. So I think we're okay here. Maybe this is slightly risky. Oh, they get 2 because of the... They could, in theory, play 2 hollow ones. Yep, so they're going to get their Vengevine back. They're going to play the hollow one. We'll force the hollow one. Vengevine will come back, that's fine. Play another Bizarre. Sure. Yeah, we're just going to chump the Vengevine then. Actually, we don't need to. We can just take 4. There's nothing they could do here, right? Oh no, we block it. We can just turn this into an Elkin swing. So let's just play it safe. I'm playing it safe. I don't think there's no cards in hand. Bizarre activation, they can do anything, but I think this seals the deal. We can elk our Skimmer to get 6 damage in. And we swing. They could find a Vengevine. They could find a Walla here off the Bazaar, I'm realizing. Yeah. Forgot about that. They did not. We got lucky. Alright, that was pretty cool. That was a fun set of games. Got to show the power of the birds. Good times. Okay, here we go. Let's see what our opponent's on. Yeah, we'll keep that. Like, there is a synergy here, but I think it's better just to play this so we don't get worked right away. They're a Lurrus deck. Good chance it's just the Lurrus control one. They're considering forcing my Jet. That would be interesting. Let's just get the Baleful Strix down. No need to get cute. Don't. Shit. I should have played that. They play a Vexing Bauble. They deserve it. Should not have. I have to stop F6ing. It's causing me multiple problems this league already. Pearl, Ruby, stock up. Alright, they're on the combo version. That's not good for us. Stock up. Yeah, we're in trouble. Yep. Yep. See if we can get this one going. Honestly tempted to get the Wasteland. Wasteland, Recall, Collector Ouphe. Collector Ouphe might not be the worst thing in the world. They can just Swords it though. Let's get the Recall. playing around spell piercy kind of things. They got Force of Negation, so be it. All right. We did not get a Force of Will. So we're a Collector Ouphe. We're probably in a lot of trouble here. But I think just getting like a random card like Collector Ouphe that just kill it with removal, I don't think we win that match. Very good chance they just untap PO here. Like lands, Soul Ring, Mana Vault, that kind of thing, PO. Blue, white, I mean. Thunder Trap, sure. Yep. Kind of think they have so much removal. I do feel like I want a Collector Ouphe here. Not having one is a problem. We can get a Thunder Trap. I think we're going to try and look for a Force of Will here. Oh, I should have done the Chocobo first. Now I've gotten double triggers. I completely forgot about this. The whole point. I Yeah, the whole point of the deck is to play Chocobo first and then get double triggers off, like this kind of this stuff. Playing scared. Now we get 4 less looks at Force of Will. Take the Force of Will. Alright, they know we've got a Force of Will. What do they take? Brainstorm? Yeah, we can't play that. We can do the Kishla Skimmer Psychic Frog Chocobo combo. Oh, it's entering. It doesn't do that. And they know we've got Force of Will, but we also can't let this resolve, so. Yeah. We can just F6 through the turn at that point. Yep. PO. Or the big fourth Earlingus. They got us. We want my, obviously. We want some of these cards. And I'll take the Null Rod, even though it's not actually amazing in the matchup. Get rid of these. Get rid of the Chocobo. Get rid of the Strix. And run it back. Yes. Keep. Blue. Alright, it's going to take a while to actually do anything except play the frog. So I think we just jam the frog. Blue. Black. See what they got for us. Spell 1. Spell 2. Spell 3. Lurrus. Trap. Force of Will. Sure. You get Lotus back. Okay, let's swing. Misty. Sure. Yeah, it's bad. Okay. That's a problem. Yep. Oh boy. I'm gonna get beat down by creatures in this to bring out all our removal. Blue. Black, green, blue, black. Let's get ourselves a Lurrus. Get our Lotus back. Green. Get our Chocobo down. Yep. We got a Saga. A Tundra. Um, 1, 2, 3. Get flying. Cast this. Wait. Sure. Our Lurrus is flying. Um, we don't really have any ways of dealing with the constructs, do we? Try Demonic Tutor. Could just want a time walk here, actually. Green. We didn't get a land, unfortunately. Play the land. That's a pretty good one. Get flying. Get Lotus back. Yeah, I should have done more damage. Black. Let's try my. Green. Collector Ouphe. And then green, blue, black. Sink into stupor. They've only played one spell, though. Yep. But they got rid of the Ouphe. That's not good for us. They make in a construct, that is good for us. Swinging. Take that one. Play the Wasteland. You hit them for 2. I think we want to get them to use the mana, right? Discard the Deathrite Shaman. 1, 2, 3. I think we can swing here for 5, 6, 7. I think we just don't get greedy. We just do this. I think I just want to hold up 4 mana for Hardcast Trap and Hardcast. Is that true though? The Collector Ouphe is quite good. I think Hardcast Trap's actually better. They can't draw. Oh, it's each turn. They can draw on our turn. Whoops. Play the land. Under Trap Trainer. That's fine. They got a Swords to Plowshares. They don't want to attack. Okay. Take the Force of Will. And we got there. That was a good game. Oh, we're getting laggy now. Uh-oh. I don't think we want to change anything. Maybe we do want the Baleful Strixes. I think the trophy's okay. No. We've got Wastelands. If they get us with the Urza Saga, then they get us with the Urza Saga, so be it. I guess so. It's a little all in, but yeah. Let's try that. Let's get a Mai. Get the Null Rod down. I think that's our strongest one. Yep. Pitching a PO. Blue. Unlock. Yep. Yep. We don't have a Force of Will, which is very scary. I like to draw a Force of Negation or a Force of Will. Oh, why are we... Uh-oh. What is this? Okay. We are... Oh boy. What has happened to Magic Online? We could time out. Alright. Are we back or are we frozen out? What's going on here? Alright, we're back. This is bad for us. We need to draw probably a Force of Will here. Is it frozen again? Nobody's clock's moving. Oh boy. Sapphire, sure. Well, that's interesting. We can Wasteland Mai. We can just play Leovold. I think my Wasteland is the best. Cut him off white. Got them off red. I think red's actually stronger. They got Flame of Anor. Red or white? White hits swords, red's the flame. They're playing 4 flames, aren't they? Just gotta make a decision, don't I? Let's take the white. Blue. Merchant Scroll, sure. Now I kind of wish I had the Leovold. That's a recall. That's interesting. So we can't stop them. We have a Flusterstorm, don't we? I guess we could draw the Flusterstorm. 12, 10. Maybe getting the damage down is worth it, though? Maybe it is. Alright, we didn't get a Force of Will, so we're shields down here, unfortunately. This is bad for us, for anyone keeping track at home. There is a Saga, that's fine. It's not a white mana producing land. Vexing Bauble is fine. You got a PO? This feels like a PO. Nope. Are we frozen? Three mana. Flame of Anor. Just to blow it up. I think green, blue. They're kind of free to do stuff now. Only triggers once a turn, right? Green, black, blue. Nope, I was supposed to play the other one first. Oops. Alright, well. They punted, we punted, everybody punted. Blue. Blue. Actually, at this point, maybe it is just play the Wan Shi Tong, and if they search to try and get lucky. All right, I have punted here, but that's okay. I've punted several times. Should have played lots of stuff differently. Well, they fetch, then we get a trigger. That's something. All right, we get a trigger. Yep. Wait. We get a trigger. Yes. Wait, they're targeting Wan Shi Tong? Sure. Green, blue. Blue. Black. Only once each turn, so we can trigger it on their turn, which is something. Alright, looks like we're gonna get there. Let's swing for 4. In the air. Alright, good match. That was a good one for us. That was fun. Alright, off to the next one. Okay, here we go. We're on the plate. Waiting on our opponent here. Feel free to skip ahead a little bit till when they show up. Alright. Yeah, I think that's okay. Up against Lurrus, we got turn 1. Deathrite Shaman. Hopefully turn 2 Wasteland Frog. No. Alright, they got a misstep. It's not ideal. Not ideal for us. Wasteland. Yep. Oop, they got a Lotus. Oh, I've accidentally. Oh, shit. Went through my turn. That's embarrassing. Yeah. Looks like we were probably dead anyway, but that was a misclick. Wanted to go through my turn, not... Or their turn, not my turn. Jeez. Yeah, I would have liked my land if, you know, in play. They got their Lotus back, okay. We aren't as lucky, unfortunately. Like a green Moxen, that could make it up to me. I think I am just gonna wasteland them actually, make them use the Lotus here. We have our mana. If we had a land in play, I'd actually feel completely fine right now. Okay. I don't have a land issue. My strategy did not work. Okay, you got an orc. Yeah. We got another orc and a frog. Okay. Could use a Moxen. That is not a Moxen. This is a weird game. You got the Lotus into Twister into Lotus. That kind of that bested us. We're probably both on just 2. We might even have more Moxen than them, to be honest. With 3 Moxen and a Lotus, they might only have 2. Have we even played a spell yet? we have. Yeah, I think not having that land in play did really hurt us here. Like we might have actually been competitive if I didn't somehow manage to skip through my turn. Yeah, they have now cast Ancestral Recall twice this game. I don't love our chances, if I'm being honest. Okay. I'm just going to assume that they got this one. And I will try and not click through my turn this time. Okay, so we want that. We want that. We don't want those. We want that. We don't want these. Flusterstorm is completely fine. I think that looks about right. We probably could bring in the Mize, maybe. Is that good enough? I think so. We don't want to lose the Wasteland battle. We definitely need some help, though. Opponent is not the fastest in starting the games. Again, feel free to skip ahead. Also curious if you think this is a mulligan. I think it's on the edge. I think having good mana is just so important. Like you saw in that game, it's no worries. That's completely fine. And let's just play our Deathrite Shaman out. I didn't get Misstep this time. Fetch land. Okay. They got a recall? They got a recall, it looks like. Jeez. Okay, that's 3 recalls so far. I think we fight it. I don't love it, but I just think we just get buried if we don't fight it. And they got to force back up. We were just not meant to win these games. That's okay. About negation. Yep. Alright, we're just going to hit them with the land. Swing for 1, and we'll try and Oko next turn. There's a non-zero chance we can cheese them, so we're going to take that considering they're on 8 cards and we're on not 8 cards. Sure. They're trying to cheese us, but little do they know we kept a shitty hand. I think we just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we just we could kind of play around Treasure Cruise by eating one of their recall. I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Treasure Cruise is no 8. Treasure Cruise is 8. No, we're okay. I think Dig is Treasure Cruise 7 or 6, 7. I think we just let it go. There's a chance here we get punished by specifically. Exile the recall. Don't want that getting cast a bajillionth more time. Green, blue. Do we want to cast the Oko or do we want to cast the Chocobo? We're just sitting on open mana. I don't really want to get this spell pierced. I think we go with the Chocobo first. Chocobo is getting Force of Willed. And they actually had the Treasure Cruise. We can look it up now. Treasure Cruise is 8. Okay. Fatal Push. Okay. Frog. Yeah. I think we elk it. They can still get pretty big even if you elk it. Could give ourselves a Psychic Frog. They still get the card if they attack the Oko, which is craziness. I think we make a copy of the frog. Wait, did I just pay 2 blue by accident? Oh no, we're good. I paid 2. Force of Will. Okay. Actually, they can exile these 3 cards. They didn't. I shouldn't have done that. I think we just force them to pitch 1. They don't get to draw here. I will take that trade. Strip line. Sure. Removal spell would be key. Ooh. They've got 3 mana open anyway. I think I just want to try and get damage in. They got 3 mana anyway. They could, you know. I think we just. Yeah, they had exactly Orcish Bowmaster. We get punished, so I think we just wait. Sure. Yeah, didn't want to get hit by that. But now we get attacked, so that was kind of silly. Should have just waited. Lurrus. Yep, that's fine. Strip line. Blue, blue. I will make a food token. This does, annoyingly, trigger their Bowmaster. Yeah, that's fine. They currently don't have anything to bring back. Let's get in some damage. Don't think they're going to want to block that. We've got a reasonable clock here. That's fine. They can sack it and bring it back. Yeah. Yeah. That does draw you cards. That all seems reasonable. Yeah, I'll trade that. I think black, blue. Exile the Force of Will. It's not a bad one. Okay. Game 3. Force of Negation, Mindbreak Trap, Ouphe. The Baleful Strix are pretty bad, aren't they? But Mai is not very good in this matchup either. I want some Dalthy Voidwalkers. Maybe that's what I need. Is it worth boarding in a Graph Digger's Cage? Oh, no, that shuts us down. I just realized that's a non-boa Chocobo. Should probably be a different card. I'm gonna keep it. I would like a Moxen. I am playing 3. I think I'm playing. Wait, do I have Moxen in my deck? Chocobo Bug. Am I playing Moxen? Yes, I'm playing Moxen. Okay. Keep. Okay, we're losing the Moxen sub game. Vinia, sure. Maybe I should have forced that, to be honest. That is annoying, though. Oh, they don't have a land. Our Wasteland strategy worked for once. Attack. Probably have a swords, but we're still gonna like play into it. Blue, green, blue, black, black, blue, frog. They probably have a, what's it called again? A swords. Oh, they got a land. Let's swing first. They want to block, they can. We got an orc. No. No orc. Can we time walk? Nope, they don't want us to time walk. They kept in Spell Pierce against us. We can't counter it because of the what's it called again? Lavinia. Sure. We can't play that because of the Lavinia either. That's annoying. Bayou. We got a couple options here. I think we want to get the Chocobo down. They want to force that, they can. Do we force that? Do we block there? They got another one, I guess. Unlocks our forces. Unlocks our Moxen. I think we take it. That's a close one. But we can get maybe I should have blocked it. Got another orc. Okay. I don't know why they didn't attack then. It's a good one. But not into all of these orcs. Oh boy. Actually, I'm not too sure if I want it. Just kind of a liability on this board, isn't it? A lot of these decks don't play a basic. Um, let's see if they've got a basic land in their deck. Maybe they showed me a basic already. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, they have a basic. All right, that's less good then. um, let's see. Don't want that. Black. Vacation. Okay. Trest down. Oh, I tapped so badly. Um, um, well, that's so sad. What a punch. I'm angry at myself now. At least we got the Moxen down. That's pretty bad. White swords. Yeah, that's fine. Play Chocobo. Play Psychic Frog. Oh, very weird match. You know, land here off the top. That is not a land. I can't even play it. So I guess we're playing another frog. Blue, black, Psychic Frog. They can buy Lurrus now if they want to. They don't want to, which is interesting. That could be useful. Can't play the Oko, unfortunately. Play this. All of our cards draw cards, or get shut off by the Lavinia, which is a small problem here. They playing the dress down again? Dig through time. That's bad for us. Feel like we clearly need some more removal. Maybe a sweeper. This is brutal. Yeah. What did they get? Jeez. I guess we play it. Time Twister. That's going to kill us. I see. All right. Good game. We clearly saw a flaw in our deck there. Probably should have been more aggressive and just pitched a bunch of stuff to Frog early and is trying to win with the damage, maybe. I don't know. Our deck is pretty soft there. I think we need more removal or something. I don't know. Yeah, that was rough. Okay, here we go. Yes. Keep. It's an interesting one. So we can play the Time Walk or we can play the Frog. If they're on mono white initiative, playing they don't have a Frog. They don't have a Lurrus, so they're on like Bizarre, Raker, mono white initiative, right? I think just having the push up is what I want. That's quite good. All right, let's see what they're on. So if we do this for 4 mana, half X cards rounded down. So it'd be a 3/3, and we would get 1 card. It's not terrible. Okay, it looks like it is Raker. Emerald. So, oh, it could be Jewel Shop still. Grim. That looks like a Jewel. Oh, it is Raker. Okay. Pithing Needle. Blow that up. They can name the frog if they want. Let's start by swinging. We can't pump our frog or make it fly because of the needle. Let's see if they block, and they do. So we got a couple options. We exactly two options. We can play Traveling Chocobo and try and find lands or stuff. We can play Wan Shi Tong for 6. That gets us 2 cards. Right, yeah. 4. I think hitting a Wasteland here would be pretty good. Trying to... I think I'm going to go for the Wan Shi Tong. There are some cards here that would be quite good to get. That's 1, but we are short of mana. That is what we're looking for. Alright, we gotta survive a turn here. If they just do something like ring, that's okay. They've got a lot of artifact mana we can turn off with the Ouphe, at least until they find another Talon Gates. 3, 4, ring. Ringer Karn. Colligan's Command. Okay. They get top. Okay. Well, they can of course Talon Gates the Ouphe, but until they find a Talon Gates, this board is quite nice. I don't think I want to risk it. I just want to jam this now. And then we can play the Leovold afterwards. Fair enough. Alright, we're against Raker Shops. That's a tough matchup. Even after getting game 1, I don't even think we're like favored. don't think this is a Mockingbird matchup. I think we want more of our permission-y things. The Strix can be quite good. They've got a lot of, like, they'll play stuff like Patchwork, so I like a lot of the list play stuff like Patchworks. Alright, let's try that. I think our blue count's a little light after that boarding, but we'll see. I don't think I'm mulling it, but if they've got a really strong start, they will just demolish us. That is the beginning of a strong start, for sure. Ring? Yeah. Jet. Trump. I think we're just dead. Give it another draw here. Try and find our that's not a good one. We can find our Null Rod next turn. Null Rod specifically doesn't get Talon gated, which is nice. But we could just die here. They've got 8 cards in hand. Stick March. Sure. Monolith. Sure. Oh boy. Yeah, it's bad for us. I think we're dead. We do just get the Null Rod, I guess. But I don't think this is a winning line. We can just F6 here. They're aware we can't do much. Alright, well that seals the deal. We can't beat the Worm Coil engine. I think we just literally have no outs now. Like, our plan before this was play Psychic Frog, make it big. Next turn they they lose to the ring and the Psychic Frog pumps stuff, but like the life gain here is just too much. Maybe we try and cheese them. So if we play Wan Shi Tong block, we kill it ourselves. And they use Ancient Tomb. They can die to the ring. So I'm just going to let them, if they use the Ancient Tomb here before combat, we have a chance to win. So, and they don't find another ring. So we're going to try that, I guess. Please use your Ancient Tomb pre-combat. Play to your outs. Blue, blue. Tap correctly. Wait, did I just miscount here? If they go up to 10, I would have played the frog on my turn. They would go down to 7. Wait, no, we can't hit them for 7. If we had frogs in our deck, we could win this maybe. As it stands, probably not, though. Mixing Bulbul, sure. Are you looking for a portable manifold key? Okay. Uh, let's see what they do. I don't want them to needle my frog. As it stands, they could still needle the frog because we need the 4th card next turn in some unlikely scenario to kill them here. What do they get off of the Saga? Masticore is fine. Does that just mean we win? I'm a little confused here. They go up to 7. We can hit them for 4 in the air. Then they take 3 from the ring. See how it plays out. They're going to gain life, so they can use the tomb in their second. They can use the tomb in their second main here to do stuff. Like they could kill the frog, I guess. Alright, let's attack with our flying frog here. They've got the ring in play, so that does nothing. Do they have something? Interesting game. That was a fun one. Assuming we win this. Alright, we got it. Okay, here we go. We're on the play. Yeah, I think we can keep that. So we can find a psychic frog. Or a green mana source. I will settle for a green mana source. See what they're on. Ancient Tomb. Patches, yeah. Mana Crypt. Sphere. Okay. Um. Do I want to Wasteland them, or do I want to get my Lotus down? I think I need to Wasteland them. Yep. It's a problem. Black, green, blue, Raker Chocobo. Ooh. Yay, they're taking damage. Academy. That's a bad one for us. Scrawly, crawly. Yep. I think we're in a tough spot. That's not good. Right, we gotta block the Scrawly Crawly, obviously. We got our flying patchwork here. Yep. We need a creature here. A 2-mana creature. That works. Need them to lose a bunch of coin flips here. Please lose your coin flip. Please lose your coin flip. Thank you. Got a Golos. Baleful Strix would be our best draw, I think. That's a tough one. That's going to be hard to beat now. I think the Inventor's Fair potentially saves them here. Now they won their flip, so they were good anyway. Yeah, I don't think anything saves us now. Yeah. Game 2. Okay. Ouphes are actually not good in this matchup. I think the Fawns are fine. What is not good? Leovold's pretty bad. Wan Shi Tong does not do much. Let's try that. We have no lands. Mulligan. Keep. They don't have many 1-drops, really. We're going to play our Chocobo. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we've got enough hard counters for this matchup. Things like Energy Flux are kind of the cards we need when this deck's popular. Yeah. And that's bad for us. Yeah. Sure. Swing. Ooh, that's not good. Probably dump their hand at this point. Card. Yeah. What do they want to get? Graft Digger's Cage. Sure. Or so we want green, black, right? We will swing. Wait, we gotta. Oh, we just drew the Force of Negation. I was like, why did I not just swing at them? I guess Karn. Gotta make sure that doesn't get in our way. Mm. Um, do we want to attack? We like a Demonic Tutor for a Wasteland. I think we have to sit tight. Oh, we get a Baleful Strix. Baleful Strix or Wasteland? They're shutting down our Chocobo. Maybe just like a regular fetch land? Just like a Misty Rainforest or something? The Baleful Strix is pretty good though. Like any artifact will let them get bigger though. I think we just gotta I think we just want to try and get out of the mana squeeze. See what they got. Scrawly crawly. Yeah. Bizarre. Oh, they're playing the bizarre version. Green, blue. Let's go. Oh. Green. Got a Chocobo on top. I think we swing at this point. Can't play that. Another Scrawly Crawly's not good for us. And they got the Monument combo with the Bazaar of Baghdad. This was a CRK 5-0 that they're trying out. I think we have to block here, yeah. And they can use this. That gives them all three. I have a couple of videos on my channel with this combo, which is fun. They can put us to 2. Alright, we're dead. Okay, that was a real strong league there. Very happy with that. I think every time I've played birds, chocobo birds on this channel, which is every time I've played it, it's done well. A nice 3-2 here. The only game where we got bullied a bit was against the Matthias playing CRK's Monument to Endurance, Mishra's Workshop, Bazaar of Baghdad, Bazaar Shops deck, which is pretty sweet. So even though we did get bullied in this one, I think it's still a pretty cool match to watch to see the Bazaar Shops deck in action. If you haven't seen that yet, CRK's got a 2 5-0s recently. Not too long ago, I guess, with that deck, which is pretty cool. And then we had 3 wins and a close loss there, so pretty good. I think this matchup did show us that the orcs are a little bit of an issue. I think maybe a little bit more removal could be good, or playing our own orcs, to be honest. Like, I think the deck's pretty close to where I want it to be. Like, the Mockingbirds can kill orcs. The Mockingbirds are kind of our orcs. Like, if opponent has orc, you play Mockingbird, you kill their orc, because it comes in as a copy, it gets the trigger. You kill their orc, and then ideally, if they're playing Lurrus, you remove it from the graveyard with Deathrite Shaman, so they can't bring it back. Or with our many ways, we just kill Deathrite Shaman, we kill Lurrus, before they can bring back the orc, because we do have a good bit of removal. I think it's something to think about. I mean, we have especially with Wan Shi Tong being added to the mix here, we have a lot of cards that draw. The nice thing about the Chocobos, of course, is they don't actually draw cards, so they get around all of the anti-draw things in the format. Stuff like this, stuff like Gifts Ungiven, stuff like Stock Up. These all get around the Orcish Bowmasters, the Hull Breachers, the Scrawly Crawlies, that kind of stuff. But Wan Shi Tong does not. I think it's a powerful card, especially when you have a bunch of mana sitting around, which we usually do from the Chocobos. It's quite nice. We got fast mana, we got Deathrite Shaman. Like, this can draw cards and be big early. And just a big flying vigilance creature, like, that's not bad. I like 2. I wouldn't go up to more than 2, but they did carry their weight. I don't think any of the cards in the deck are bad. It just, I think the Sazh Chocobo is obviously the most questionable card, but like curve-wise, it does stuff, and like it did do really well in one game for us there, winning. It's like it's not a joke. This is a powerful card. The Baleful Strixes in the Orc meta are a little suspect, admittedly. The Skimmer draws cards again. Kind of like this package of birds that all draws cards, but is not quite at the Wan Shi Tong power level, I think are the cards you could mess with. If you wanted to make some changes here. Maybe go down slightly on the birds package, put like 2 Orcish Bowmasters in. I think that could be, arguably an improvement. But yeah, overall, like the deck. Very, very happy with this. Could even put in like the second Oko, maybe. I think the Lurrus control matchup with the 4 orcs is a little tough. Like, it's definitely winnable. We have tools for it, but structurally, we're not super set up to beat it. So I think maybe doing some changes to cut down on the 1-drops and the card draw here, these 4 cards basically, and put in a little more. Maybe the 4th Mockingbird could be good, but like I don't really want a 4th Mockingbird, because the Mockingbird's like situationally good against some matchups. It's not going to do much until you have stuff established. I think 3 is okay. Yeah, I think it's just Orcish Bowmaster. I mean, the card does a lot of being like one of the best answers against Orcish Bowmaster itself, while also being a pretty reasonable piece is good. Maybe even yeah. Something to think about. If you got ideas, let me know. Remember to like, subscribe, all that jazz. Throw a comment down below for the algorithm, and I'll see you next time.